Welcome everyone and thanks for joining me for today's Manchester United episode on Football Manager 2017. We will be starting things off with the Champions League first knockout round draw as the group stages have now come to an end, and a bit later on we will be taking on Chelsea at home in the Premier League. But first I'm going to take you guys through some of the games that I've played off camera, see the results and the current standings of the league, and also how we finished up in the group stages of the Champions League. Let's do it. After the two disappointing losses to Man City and Tottenham, we travelled down south to take on West Ham at the London Stadium. We beat them 3-1. Robert Lewandowski out of nowhere with a hat-trick. His first goal came in the 13th minute. We didn't have to wait long then, just before the break, and then he rounded things off at the hour mark. Then we were back home to play the penultimate fixture in the Champions League group stages against Sevilla, and we had to come from behind twice in this game. They got the first goal, then Zlatan, or Benjamin I should call him, got the equaliser, then they got a second in the 78th, and then Lewandowski, who came on to replace Zlatan, got the other equaliser for Manchester United. Both teams who have already qualified for the knockout stages of the Champions League just simply couldn't be pulled apart. When it comes to our league form, well, things just went from bad to worse after this trip to the Stadium of Light against Sunderland. We lost 2-1. We dropped all 3 points again. They were a lot more superior in the final third than us. I just felt as though I had to go away, take a break, and kind of reevaluate myself almost, and also the team and where we can go from here, because that was probably the worst performance I've seen in this save so far for United. Wasn't good enough, and well, that's all I can really say about this result. I just had to take a break from the game after this. After taking a break then after that result to Sunderland, I came back with a fresh outlook on it, and we beat Wolfsburg in the final group stage fixture. Good way to wrap things up away from home. Paul Pogba, who was back after that long-term injury, but Lewandowski kind of worrying, as his performances as of late, apart from that hat-trick against West Ham, just haven't been up to scratch. Needs to be a lot better, but one of the positives is that Horta got a goal. Up next, we were back home, back at Old Trafford to take on Mark Hughes' struggling Stoke in the Premier League, and we beat them by 2-1. Henrik Mkhitaryan, who was back, fresh-faced after a bit of a rest from the first team, got a goal in the 35th minute. Then Lewandowski with another goal for United, and you can see attendance was slightly lower. Then it was on to the game that I decided not to record, not to do an episode on, against Tottenham in the EFL Cup quarter-final, and yes, of course, we beat them by 3-0. They had rotated the team quite heavily actually. Jesse Lingard started this one, Victor Wanyama, players that didn't feature in the last game when we played them here at Old Trafford when we lost 3-2, but you can see I went with a strong side. And it all went down to extra time. It was James Wilson that got the first goal in the 104th minute. Then they scored an own goal. The game was pretty much put to bed then, but Andre Horta decided to pile on the misery, and he just destroyed their back four, just ran straight through them as if they were non-existent, and placed that into the bottom corner. So 3-0, solid win there against Tottenham as we're into the semis now. And finally, we travelled to the Hawthorns to take on the Baggies West Brom. We beat them 2-0, Henrik Mkhitaryan and Paul Pogba with both goals. We dominated this game. Zlatan got another start for United, but only got a 6.4 rating. But he would then be subbed by James Wilson, who scored that first goal against Spurs midweek in the EFL Cup against Spurs. I felt as though he deserved a few minutes for United in the Premier League. Might see him feature a bit more, but since that last episode then against Spurs, we've only lost one game, drawn one as well, but that was in the Champions League. And since that game against Sunderland, where we lost 2-1, we've really started to pick up our form in all 3 competitions that we played in. So things are looking good. Hopefully we can continue that momentum into our next game against Chelsea. Well, here is the league table then. We're 6th. Manchester United are 6th. Surprise, surprise. That leaves us a point behind Van Gaal's Man City, 2 points behind Bournemouth. If we can beat Chelsea here at Old Trafford, then we can get up to 4th. It all depends on Bournemouth and City's result. Liverpool, though, they're behind us, so we've got to keep a close eye on those. They've done well to get out the bottom half, whereas Chelsea, they're still in 15th. They're not doing very well, are they, Chelsea, this season compared to the last 2. We did win our group in the Champions League by 5 points. We'd already booked our place in the knockout stage draw with 2 games to go after 4 games. But that draw against Sevilla, if we could have just beaten them at Old Trafford. I mean, our performance in the Champions League so far this season has been untouchable compared to the Premier League. You can tell which competitions I'm focusing on more, can't you? No, but seriously, we do need to pick things up in the Premier League, but the Champions League is something I desperately want to win with this Manchester United side. I mean, those losses against Bournemouth, Swansea, Man City and Tottenham, Sunderland, if we could have at least beaten Swansea, Bournemouth and Sunderland, just imagine where we would be right now in the league. But anyway, we've got to keep moving on. Here we go then for the Champions League knockout stage draw. Who are we going to get? I'm really looking forward to this. There are the seeded and unseeded teams. Going to do an automatic draw as well. Come on, let's have a good draw. Who are we going to get? So out of the hat first is Chelsea. They will be at home to Napoli. Good fixture there for Chelsea. Leverkusen will play at home against Benfica in the first leg. Sevilla, who qualified alongside us, will play at home to Tottenham. Barcelona at home to Manchester United. You've got to be kidding me. Oh wow, what a fixture. Real Madrid will play Bayern Munich. CSKA Moscow at home to Inter Milan. Atletico Madrid at home to Juve. And finally Shakhtar Donetsk will play at home to PSG. Well, how about that then? The first leg for us in the knockout stages will see us travel to the Nou Camp to take on Barcelona. The knockout stages, I would have preferred that fixture to have either been in the semi-finals or the final itself. But no, it's in the knockout round. Wow. Barcelona against Manchester United, with the draw pitting United's riches away to Barcelona's rather more modest budget. A bumper crowd is expected. How well have they been getting on in La Liga? Just recently beating Getafe. Lost to Atletico Madrid, 2-1 there. They've done really well. They've only lost 3 games, drawn 1 as well. They are top of La Liga, look at that, by 3 points. It's all close. It's close there in La Liga. Real Madrid have a chance as well of catching up, but Barcelona, we know what sort of side they are. They are world class. Let's have a look at who they signed. They've still got Neymar, they've still got Suarez. Don't see them moving anywhere in the future. They've also got Turan, PK still in the team. So, of course, Lionel Messi is still there. Did they sign anyone in the summer? Just Paredes from Roma for 25 million. And they only sold 1.6 mil worth of players. But there's a lot on that list. Some of them on freeze. But there's no standout players that they've let go in the transfer window in the summer. How well has Paredes been doing? 2 starts in La Liga, come off the bench 8 times, only scored 2 goals. Did they really need him? I'm not sure. I mean, they've quality side Barcelona. The Champions League returns then about February time. Oh, look at this. So we play Barcelona in Feb, but before that we've got to play Arsenal, then Liverpool, then Barcelona in the first leg. Then on the other end of that, we play Barca again, then Man City, and then Tottenham. Wow. Can't wait for that. But first, we've got to play Chelsea next in the Premier League. And Chelsea, well, they've just got rid of their manager, Frank de Boer, after poor league position. Steve Holland is in charge at the moment. You can see that Frank de Boer left on the 8th of December. So they've been without now for a week or so. And it's Steve Holland that is caretaker at the moment for Chelsea. We should hopefully get a win here against them. Here are the teams then for this United-Chelsea clash in the Premier League. It's going to be interesting to see how Steve Holland goes about business. Can he do better than Frank de Boer? If he can, maybe he's deserving of a contract at Chelsea full-time. But here's the team I've gone with. You've got Pogba and Herrera back in central midfield. Mkhitaryan, Mata, Martial all start, as well as a fresh-faced Robert Lewandowski. We've got Wilson, Rashford, Horta, Fosu, Mensah and Blind all on the bench. So, Steve Holland has gone with Courtois in goal, Danilo, San Jose, Zuma, Azpilicueta, Kante, Tolisso, Fabregas. Going forwards, they've got Willian, Hazard and Embolo. No sign of Diego Costa, though. Qatar going to hoof that up the field, looking for Hazard. Lindelof to it, couldn't find Mkhitaryan. It's the ball back in possession of Chelsea. I'm going to go attacking here. We're doing well so far. Tolisso, well done Smalling. Good defending there. Martial pushing forwards. Martial going it alone, finds Mata to Lewandowski. He's onside as well. It's 1-0 United. Brilliant start, 14 minutes gone. Lewandowski with a tremendous goal. Martial did well to find Mata, just drawing the Chelsea defence out of position. Brilliantly done. Herrera to Mkhitaryan. Look at the run. Yes, he's found Lindelof. Plenty of space. Lewandowski. Get in. 2-0 Manchester United. We'll keep the red flag flying high. Just under 20 minutes gone as well. Look at all this room Lindelof was given. He took his time, picked out that cross and found Lewandowski perfectly. Pogba almost found himself in a bit of bother there. De Gea. Can he find Mkhitaryan? No, he can't. Lindelof to it though. Mata. Lewandowski wants that hat-trick. And I wouldn't put it past him to get it as well in this game against Chelsea. There's still plenty of time to go. But here is Hazard. That is terrible from Aiden. Billier with the corner. No, De Gea. Oh, wow. De Gea wants that clean sheet. Good clearance, but it is another corner for Chelsea. We're not going to see that highlight. We're going to go control, flexible now. As we head into the late stages of this game. We're still in control. We've had more shots. Chelsea just haven't been Chelsea today. I'm going to make a change. I'm going to bring on Andre Horta for Martial. Horta's done well on the left side, I found, in that game against Tottenham in the EFL Cup. Let's see if he can have much of the same impact in today's game. Maybe go and get a third and really put this game to bed now. We need it, so we can turn our attention to our next fixture in the Premier League. So on comes Horta, and number 7. Hummels forwards, finds Mata, looking for Mkhitaryan. Surrounded by 2 Chelsea players. They've got him marked up. They've kept him quiet all game. Here is Hazard now. Oh, well done Lindelof. Coming out of position and getting the job done. But the ball is still in possession. He is out of position now, Lindelof. It's Vasquez through to Kante. And that is something we can't be doing. We can't allow Kante that amount of space. Not only is he a workhorse for Chelsea, but he will find the back of the net. Hazard, look at that. Vasquez just sitting deep, getting our defenders similar to what we did in the first half against them. I've got such a feeling that Chelsea are going to get a really late equaliser here, and they don't deserve it. I'm going to bring on Fosu Mensah, fresh legs, and I'm also going to take off Mkhitaryan, put Horta there, and we'll bring on Rashford on the left. Done. Kante. They're looking very threatening here. Come on, ref. Please, just blow the whistle. There we go. Get in. Another win in the Premier League. That's 3 in a row now. Picking up a bit of momentum. This is looking good now for United. It was a Jekyll and Hyde performance from us. We were poor in the second half. Chelsea just edging it. Very unfortunate for that from their point of view. But a win's a win. 2-1 against Chelsea. Good result. Another 3 points for United. Results elsewhere today then. Liverpool lost to Bournemouth. We could have done with Liverpool getting a win there, but City won. Could have done with Southampton winning. Tottenham won also, staying top of the league. Now then, for the next episode, I'm thinking, shall we do the FA Cup fixture against Fulham? Or shall I do the first leg in the EFL Cup semi-final? Maybe the second leg. That's a huge chunk of fixtures. Maybe I'll come back and do, because I want to do obviously the Arsenal, Liverpool and Barcelona games somehow, so I want to try and meet it halfway. So I'm thinking that first leg to Leicester, or yes, I think I know which game I'm going to do for the next episode. It'll be a big one as well. I'm thinking that Bournemouth fixture at home in the Premier League, because Bournemouth beat us at the start of the season, didn't they? They're above us in the league. Will be a big game. There'll be a lot at stake for that fixture at Old Trafford. I want to get one over on them as well. Teach them a lesson for beating us earlier in the season there at Dean Court. I've just got to make sure now that we continue on this run in the Premier League against Hull, Southampton, Everton and Derby. There are Bournemouth at the moment. So there we have it. That's going to be the next episode. United against Bournemouth. Don't miss it. But for now, that's it for this one. Thanks for watching.